Alright, welcome back to the Vanlife Network News. My name is Ryan, speaking in from a beautiful lake in France. I've been here for about a week already. I was about to leave, but then I thought, oh no, I have to record the news. So here we are, and let's start off with some new features and updates. Alright, the first one, I've just shipped this, and that is an annual the Vanlife Network plan. So let's actually open the post that I just made. um, Introducing the annual Road Family Pass 2 months for free. So basically, this is a little post about how grateful I am what we've actually created all together here. So that is used to be an idea, and suddenly here we are, a real community, hours of fun at our digital campfires, a ton of real life meetups, and more on that later. And friendships that go beyond just fan life talk. We've seen sunsets and sunrises at the same time. This is just unimaginable, basically. And so I wanted to do something a little something back to you. So I've just added the annual plan to the Vanlife network. This means that if you're someone here to stay, this is a way to lock in your spot, save a bit of money. It's 2 months for free, and it will help us grow something even bigger. So in the end, this plan is $50 for the full year. So that is instead of 60, it's basically $50. And of course, no pressure at all. Like, we love you anyways. If you're on a monthly plan, if you're on a yearly plan, it doesn't really matter. It just saves you a little something, and it just supports the Vanlife network. Now, if you want to switch to your annual plan, you actually have to go into your membership settings. So this is basically inside of your profile, and I cannot really show it because I'm the admin, but if you have any questions, just shoot them at me, and I would be very, very happy to help you out. All right, then let's go to the next thing, and that is I've added the Vanlife Network news to the calendar. So let's actually show how that looks. I've made this little image, half with ChatGPT, half with my own design skills. And I've actually just switched the time because it used to say 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I just swapped it because I was a little late, because I was designing some other things. And basically, I've just added the Vanlife Network news to the calendar. So now we have on Tuesday, we have got our live call, the first digital campfire. On Friday, we've got our coffee chat or the second digital campfire. And then on Sunday, we've got the Vanlife Network news, which is basically the thing that you're currently watching. All right, and then we've got another thing, some very, very cool thing that I'm very excited to show with you. It also just launched. Annika just made this for us, and let me actually show you what this looks like. So right now we've got a meetups calendar or a meetups tracker or however we want to call it. And it basically shows us how many meetups we've had over the past, well, since the Vanlife network, basically. So you can see the date, which is the date that the people, whoops, that the people met, so the members, then who met, and then the city and country, and then the duration of their stay together, let's say. We might still tweak it here and there, and this thing, I think it's not going to be public, but I think this is just something very fun for me to pull up during the Vanlife Network news. Maybe we will put it public, I don't even know yet, but this is basically what it looks like, and you can see that we've had a whole bunch of in real life meetups already for the small community that we are, so that is super cool. This is what it's all about. Then something that, well, this probably should go here in this category, so let's put this one here. A little game, more on this later. So help the Vanlife network grow. I recently made a post, and this was something that I talked with Annika and Diana in one of our calls. And Annika basically asked me like, hey, I want to help the Vanlife network grow, but I don't want to force it, and I don't want to get banned or kicked out or whatever. And I've already made 2 posts inside of a Telegram, so what can I do? And so I just came up with this little strategy right here, and that is basically a safe Facebook strategy. So I'm gonna also do this, and that is basically just provide value to other Facebook groups. And of course, it is a bit counterintuitive because we actually want to move away from Facebook, but I also want to give other people the opportunity to actually move away from Facebook. And where do we find them? Well, on Facebook, obviously. So the little game plan that I thought is very simple. And if you want, you can actually watch this little video here. The post is called "Let's Grow Vanlife Network Together." And it's basically optimize your profile. So make sure you put your affiliate link or your invite link inside of your profile, and I will show you how to do that. Then post inside of the Vanlife Network, Vanlife Facebook groups, whatever group you pick. I think of doing this about once or twice a week, but you do however often you want. Of course, we don't want to spam it. And then you can mention the Vanlife Network naturally. For instance, how it helped you meet someone in real life, make you feel less alone, or maybe how you joined a digital campfire and how you've made like online Vanlife friends or whatever. If you want some engagement, you can ask a question and then engage with their replies. So if anybody comments, you can just reply to their comment, of course. And if the conversation flows and if they seem interested in whatever you talked about, then you can send them a DM using your link and be upfront about it. Let them know it's $5 a month still, and that there's a 7-day free trial. Now, I will actually experiment very, very soon about with the price. So once we hit 50 members, I probably will test some price increases. So if you've got some members or some friends, some relatives, whoever, who want to join or have been on the fence, I should say, of joining the Vanlife Network, then this is probably a good time to do it. All right, so then there's some other news inside of the Vanlife Network. First of all, the return of Adam. So Adam, he was inside of the Vanlife Network quite a while ago, as you can see right here. And after a bit, he decided to drop out. So after his free trial, he decided to drop out, and he promised, I will be back later on. And recently, he actually rejoined our lovely community. So a warm welcome back to Adam. Vanlife or Snail Shell Life. Well, very cool. I bet you are a snailer as well. So, welcome back, Adam. And then this one that I just moved, it is a little game and a very, very creative little game that Christine came up with. So let's actually open the page, open the post. And it's called Two Truths and a Lie. Let's play. And I've actually pinned this one to the top of the community because I thought it was so fun that we can do this together. So the rules are very, very simple. It is basically you put up 3 statements of yourself or about yourself, and the two of them are real or truth, and one of them is false or a lie. And it's just a very, very fun way to actually get to know each other a little better. So, for instance, Christine herself, she had like, I have owned motorcycles. At one time, I worked in Beverly Hills, California, and I have been an extra on several movie sets. Now, if we scroll down a little bit, I've also participated right here, and many, many others have participated as well. So if you haven't done it yet, feel very free to join in. And also just scroll through the post because it's very fun to just try and figure out what the lie is of the other members. It is basically a great way to get to know each other even better. So thank you so much, Christine, for posting this. Yeah, that's why I also pinned it to the community, let's say. All right, now another little thing is, Buddy and I, we're back on the road. So let me actually open my post. The pro snailers are back on track. Now, as you might know, we had some car issues. So first of all, our exhaust dropped off our underneath our fan. I still don't know where it is. And the second thing is that my radiator started leaking like crazy. Of course, I'm driving a very old camper. It is 34 years old. So sometimes things just break. And 4 days ago, I had an appointment at the garage, and they actually installed a brand new radiator for me, which is super nice. So Buddy and I, we are back on track. We're back on the road. The thing works flawlessly. It works perfectly. So we can just move our way, or continue our way, I should say, to Spain. And then the current school rank of the Vanlife Network. So let's actually go into the discovery page, because that is a fun way to actually figure out or find out about it. We can go into hobbies, and of course, this is also for you a way to check the ranking of the Vanlife network. So you just click on these little arrows and you click on Discover Communities, and then you go to the hobby category. And awesome, Diego. Diego has actually just got his annual Road Family membership, which is amazing. So he's in for the year. Amazing, Diego. So let's go to the hobbies category and we scroll down a little bit. We are probably still on the second page, and let's see how far down we are. So let's go down and down and down. So here's my other community, and right now we are still at position 49. So I think last week we were also on 49. This is probably the first ever week that we didn't go up in ranking. Also, I have to mention, like, the higher you get up, the more competitive everybody is, of course. So the more engaged the communities are. So that means it is quite hard to get to the first page. But of course, we're not gonna give up. So if you listen to this and if you ever just are scrolling inside of the Vanlife network, make sure to just leave a like here and there, because this will really help our community grow. Let's see if I can just show you what I mean. So for instance, this page, if you see a post that you haven't liked yet, just like it, like Mindy's post, like all the replies that you see, because this will actually really help us grow and rank even higher. And this will also then help us to find more family members, let's say. All right, then we had two meetups. Well, actually, two and a half basically. So we had Mindy and Lawrence, which was amazing, and this was actually higher up in Sweden. Unexpected meetup too. So this is actually the second post they made. But I thought this picture was really, really cool of Lawrence and Mindy meeting up high in Sweden. And actually, I also want to bring up the other one now I think about it, because Lawrence, he shared some very, very cool drone shots and some other pictures of them. This one, which was pretty fun as well, I believed. And they were just chilling. And yeah, let's just actually play one of these drone shots. Maybe this one. I didn't really pick any favorite, but look at the beautiful location they are parked at, or were parked at. It was amazing, right next to the lake. Yeah, super, super cool. Let's play one more just to see where they were. There we go, right in the middle of a forest. Amazing drone shots by Lawrence. Thank you so much for sharing and for immediately posting this after the meetup. I really appreciate it, and I think we should all do this. All right, then Lawrence and Mindy, on to the next one. Jeroen and Rens. So I actually had the chance, super cool, to meet Jeroen. And Jeroen's fan is, he literally bought it 3 weeks ago, and he already hit the road. He just crammed everything he thought he would need in his van, and he drove off. And we actually met in the middle, so right in the middle of France. He's got some very interesting things in his van. For instance, lots of gear to create stuff with a 3D printer, a VHS player, and even a race simulator, which I had never seen before, but that was super cool. Also, of course, he got stickers slapped by himself.
Go.
And there we go. So the OG Vanlife Network sticker on the back of another fan. Amazing to see. And also, we had a lovely barbecue and we had a lovely campfire afterwards. Look at that. And two of my friends, those two people, they are also from the Netherlands. I've known this guy for a very long time, and this is his girlfriend. And yeah, they just came back from their way from Spain, let's say, back to the north. And so we crossed paths, yeah, at the same time or at the same spot as Jeroen. All right, and that was basically everything I had for you for the Vanlife Network news for Sunday, August the 3rd. Of course, if you want to support and if you want to save some money, then check out the annual plan. It is the pinned post inside of the community. And other than that, I can't wait to see you around our next digital campfire and otherwise inside of the Vanlife Network. Ciao, ciao.